Welcome to Meditative Breathwork every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. And we'll go ahead and get started and make sure that you are in a comfortable position, whether that be sitting or lying down, however you're most comfortable and you're able to breathe easily. We're going to be learning some techniques in diaphragmatic breathing, so using the diaphragm to fill and release full lung capacity. So we're just going to start with gently breathing, just your normal breath, closing down the eyes. And beginning to relax, letting go of any stress or tension that you may be holding in the body. So we're going to be inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose throughout our breathwork practice today. And I'd like you to place one hand on your heart, one hand on your lower abdomen, and begin to bring the breath down to the lower part of the belly. So as you do this, you don't necessarily have to begin deepening your breath just yet, but you're just inhaling through the nose and fill the belly lift as the air comes in the lungs, and then exhale and the belly lowers. And you're just going to begin to do this. There's no perfect way to do breath work. It's so individualized, and you find what works for you and what feels good in your body. So again, inhale through the nose, fill the belly, lift. And then exhale and the belly lowers. And we're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose at a comfortable breathing style, whatever feels good to you right now. And if you are familiar with yogic breathing or ujjayi breathing, that is a style of breathing where the breath is compressed in the back of the throat. So you, with each breath, you hear this kind of ocean sound. I'll try to get closer so you can hear me. So it's basically you're just pressing that breath into the back of the throat, and with that compression, the breath makes this sound that sounds like the ocean. If you're not familiar with this breathing, don't worry about it. It's just a suggestion if you're already familiar with it, but not necessarily needed for our practice tonight. So again, we're just breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the nose, and our belly is lifting with the inhale and lowering with the exhale. And we're just relaxing the body right now. We're just starting to bring our awareness to our breath, starting to relax the muscles in the body, starting to release the thoughts from the mind. But again, there's no perfection here. You just do whatever feels good, whatever feels relaxing. Just make sure that the breath is entering and exiting through the nose rather than the mouth. So as you're beginning to relax and focus on your breath, we're going to start becoming more aware of what's happening in our body as our breathing is relaxing our body. So I want you to bring your focus to your jaw. And I'd like you to slightly drop your jaw. You don't have to open the mouth, but just relax the jaw so that the teeth are not touching. And if the tongue is pressed up against the top of the mouth, lower it down and just relax the jaw. And you can use your own hand, place it on the side of your face, just to bring the focus to that area and allow those muscles to relax. And maintain that inhalation and exhalation through the nose, deep down into the belly, so the belly is rising and falling. This is how we're beginning to utilize that diaphragm. And make sure that although my eyes are open, you can close your eyes. This allows the focus to go into your body and your awareness, your consciousness. And we're just going to move down. We're going to bring our focus to the forehead now, and just place your fingers on the forehead and allow the breath to release any tension there. And then the fingers are just going to float down through the face, releasing any tension. Some people actually, closing their eyes, they tense up their eyes. If that's the case with you, keep your eyes open. I want every muscle to be released and relaxed. So if you have to squint and kind of tense up your eye muscles to close them, then keep them open. Whatever allows you to fully relax. All right, so we're going to bring our hand, continue down. The jaw's relaxed. Go down through the neck. We're going to relax the shoulders. So if you are one of those people that kind of elevates your shoulders with stress and tension throughout your day, take this time to focus, bring your focus there right now and just fully relax. Just let them fall. And then we're going to continue with our body scan, going down into the chest. Visualize all of the chest muscles releasing with the exhalation, all the way down the spine. All the way down to the hips, the arms and hands, and the legs and feet. Fully relaxed. I can't emphasize enough, although I am guiding you through some breathing techniques, you pick and choose what works for you, and you find where you're most comfortable breathing, what feels the best for you and your body. There's no perfect way of doing this. It's all very individualized. So continue with your inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. The belly rises with the inhale and lowers with the exhale. Now we're going to move into what's called circular breathing. And circular breathing is when we exhale, at the top of the exhale, there's no pause. We go straight into the at the top of the inhale, there's no pause. We go straight into the exhale. So it's kind of like this. So you don't have to breathe that quickly. That's just my personal circular breathing. You can slow it down and elongate the breath So I was only going for about a count of 2, but you could go to a count of 4 on the inhalation and the exhalation. The point of circular breathing is not how quickly or slowly you're breathing. It's not pausing at the top of the inhalation or the bottom of the exhalation. It's keeping the breath moving in a circular pattern. So go ahead and begin to practice that and take your time with this. If you've never done any of these breathing techniques before, be very gentle with yourself, forgiving, because it doesn't come naturally to everyone. And again, there's no perfect way of doing it. So take your time and just work on getting a little bit of a pattern going. All of your focus being on the breath. So even if you're not able to get the circular breathing today, just this focused time of breathing is what's important. That's really all we care about. You're going to get the most benefit just by focusing on the breath. So continue with the inhale and right into the exhale, and then into the inhale without the pause, and continue with that. So now if you've had some time to practice that circular breathing, continue to do so. We're going to add one more technique, and that's a hold. So on the inhale, whenever you're there, we're going to hold at the top of that inhale. And we're going to hold until the body starts to really, you feel that urge. The body really wants to exhale. Hold it for just a couple more seconds, right when you feel that urge. Just a couple more seconds, and then allow the exhale to come. And then once you do that hold, you're going to go back to the circular breathing. So continue with this new practice. So it's something like that. If you are brand new to this, then diaphragmatic breathing is where you are using your diaphragm as well as your abdominal muscles to push and pull the breath into and out of the lungs. So when you inhale, the belly expands, so it lifts, and then when you exhale, the belly lowers or presses up towards the lungs, so it's pressing the air out. So your belly should be very active during the circular breathing. It should be lifting, expanding, and then lowering and releasing with each of inhalation and exhalation. So continue with this practice, the circular breathing, and then the hold at the top of the inhale. Now, some practitioners, breathwork facilitators, teach that you hold at the top of the inhale and hold at the bottom of the exhale. I like to start people slow and really take baby steps with breathwork, even if you are a seasoned practitioner. It's just my personal style, so you do, again, whatever feels good to you. So I like to spread out my holds, basically. So I'll do a hold at the top of the inhale, and then I'll circular breathe normally for a while, and then I'll hold at the bottom of my exhale, and then breathe normally for a while, and then again hold at the top of the inhale and breathe normally. So that's my personal pattern. So let's go ahead with that. On your next exhalation, let's hold at the bottom of the exhale. And you're going to hold there until again you feel that urge to inhale. But before you inhale, hold that urge for just a couple seconds and then inhale. So go ahead with that. At the bottom of your exhale, hold as long as you can. Once you feel that urge to inhale, try to take it a couple more seconds longer and then inhale. And after you've done that hold, you're going to continue on to circular breathing. Now, as you're circular breathing, you're going to start to feel the sensations of hyperventilation. And this can be scary to folks who have never practiced this before. Don't allow it to scare you because you're in total control. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. Your body and your mind will not allow that. So allow yourself to sit with the feelings and sensations that come up. That's a really powerful part of this healing practice. Is a lot of stuff is going to start to come up from this breathing, and just allow it. You can visualize the stuff coming as like ocean waves flowing over you, and just allow them to crash on top of you and then roll back out. For a lot of my clients during our coaching sessions, I get the question of, how do I sit with feelings or pain or, uncomfortable stuff? And I tell them a great exercise is to go sit in your car in the middle of July without it turned on, with the windows rolled up and no AC, and just sit there. You will begin to sweat, you'll begin to feel really hot and really uncomfortable, and you just come to your breath and you sit with that heat. That's the exact same thing that we need to do when we're going through pain or difficulty with difficult emotions or feelings. We have to just sit with them and not distract ourselves and not try to change it with the AC or the windows down. Just sit. So that's what the breath work does for us. It brings stuff up and it allows us to let it flow through us. So continue with your circular breathing. Let's go ahead and do another hold at the top of your inhale. And when you complete your hold, you'll continue on to circular breath again. And now let's hold at the bottom of the exhale. And when you complete that hold, you'll continue on with your circular breathing again. And that's the pattern of breath work that I teach, is a hold, flow with circular breathing for 30 seconds to a minute, and then hold at the exhale, and then flow again in the circular breathing. And you'll get to where it just comes naturally to you when to hold and when not to hold. And like I said, some folks like to practice the holds subsequently, back to back. I personally don't prefer that practice, but you find what works for you. And that's meditative breath work, folks. I hope that this has been rewarding and helpful to you in some way. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to DM, and I'm here to answer any self-care questions that you may have, as well as breathwork technique. I'll be doing this every Wednesday at 6 p.m., so I hope to see you next week. And these videos will be archived on my Facebook as well as on my YouTube channel, which is Karmic Healing Retreats. Have a great evening.